In the headlines, Dominicans told no need to be alarmed over a string of volcanic tremors over the weekend. Gregory Caressa Rivera answers the call to contest Marigot, while the DLP looks to Fidel Grant to secure Wesley in 2020, and a $350,000 bridge expected to facilitate greater connectivity in Castle Bruce. I'm Andrea Louis with the Channel 5 News. Back with the details after this.
Here are some tips to reduce mosquito presence in and around your home. Keep water storage containers properly covered. Remove containers that can collect water from your surroundings. Keep garbage bins tightly covered. Pick up your litter and remove all tires from your yard. Keep gutters free of leaves and twigs to prevent stagnant water. Prevent Zika, dengue, and chikungunya. Fight the bite. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
This message is supported by Flow.
Thank you for staying with us. First up, Dominicans have been assured that the recent swarm of volcanic tremors over the weekend is no immediate cause for concern. Julian Morris has that story.
The assurance from head of the UII Seismic Research Center based in Trinidad, Richard Robertson. Robertson spoke on DBS Radio Saturday following a burst of tremors from Friday night into Saturday, which raised alarm in the country. The tremors have been concentrated in the south of the country, and while no volcanic eruption is anticipated in the near future, this type of activity is not new.
You've had periods where you've had what we call elevated seismicity. In other words, a lot more small earthquakes, usually small magnitude earthquakes, that are associated with your volcanoes. So this kind of activity is not unusual, especially in an island like Dominica, where you have so many potentially active volcanoes that could do some kind of eruption in the future. In terms of what is happening now, the burst is died out a little bit. Events are still continuing. We'd expect there will be periods in the future when, again, you might have this kind of intensification. You might have events that are felt. What we might call the unrest period, where you have had this elevated seismicity that's been going on since December last year, is not finished. So, there might be periods like this again.
Robertson assures Dominicans that the UII SRC has been monitoring the tremors and will be on island soon to conduct further investigations.
In addition to the earthquakes, we have a network that would monitor for if there's any change in the shape of the volcano, of the system in the southern part of Dominica. That's what we call the deformation of the ground. And we're looking at that. We're not seeing any indication of that. The other thing that we look at is that from time to time we'll collect gas and temperatures at the boiling lake, at the Valley Desolation, and all the other fumaroles, and we see if these are changing. And we last year when we did it, we hadn't seen any changes. We were about to do another set sometime in the next couple of months or so. Those are the kinds of things we'd expect to see. Probably a little bit more of changes at the fumaroles and the hot springs that you have. That might be an indication, it's not always.
The National Emergency Planning Organization, NEPO, will meet soon to discuss the situation and further review the contingency plan last tweaked in 2010.
In 1998, when we had it, about 19 years ago, it lasted from 1998 to 2000. And as Dr. Robertson said, it could be a shorter span, it could be a longer span, so we just take it as it comes. We have on hand the contingency plans, which we prepared in 1998 when we had a situation like that, and also in 2003 when we had a situation in the northern section of the island. Those plans have been tweaked. They were tweaked in 2010. They may need further looking at, which we can always do as time progresses. The National Emergency Planning Organization will meet very soon to discuss the situation with a view to taking the necessary action.
In other top stories, newly launched DLP candidate Fidel Grant has promised to serve the people of Wesley with humility, integrity, and honesty. Grant reassured his constituents that he could identify with them as a son of a farmer and single mother who worked odd jobs at times to make ends meet. He told supporters he understood their struggle and would work to improve their lives as his mother was unemployed for most of her life.
My dear constituents, I know what it is to be poor. I know what it is to be without. Single mothers, I know your struggle. I know what you are facing. I saw my mother's experience. Today, I affirm that I am not on this platform by accident. No one had to force me to be here. I made a thoughtful and deliberate decision, guided by my Heavenly Father, to offer myself to service of the people of this constituency. I therefore know your plight, I know your struggle, and I know your vision. My dear constituents, you have been calling me. You have been demanding that I serve you in a new and greater capacity. Here I am today. I am a proud member of this Labour Party team, and without a shadow of doubt, the only political party, the only party with strong transformational leadership here in Dominica.
Grant drew a contrast between the tremendous amount of debt he incurred in pursuing tertiary education and the opportunities provided by the Labour government today at no cost to students and their families.
In 2006, I completed my first degree in accounting, and later my master's degree in finance and banking. I had to repay the bank over $200,000 in student loan. In 2003, when I left for university, the government had no money for scholarships, no money for financial assistance. Today, this Labour Party administration is paying tuition, board and lodge, food, even purchasing plane tickets for students to return home for Christmas and summer vacation. Labour rights, Dominicans, yet they say nothing is happening. Isn't that a government working for you? Isn't this progress? Tell me what it is. If this isn't real change, tell me what it is.
In related news, Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit says the people of Wesley and the surrounding communities can take credit for producing an exemplary citizen like Fidel Grant.
Fidel Grant will seek to unseat the UWP's Ezekiel Basil at the 2020 general election.
The Dominica Labour Party has brought to you this evening a model citizen in the personage of Fidel Grant. This is the new look Labour Party has brought to you this evening. A model citizen, ladies and gentlemen. This is the classic example of why we say Labour is the change that Dominica needs at this time.
The Prime Minister says there is a lot at stake and appealed to the constituency to continue to unite behind Fidel Grant's campaign.
My sisters and brothers, there is a lot at stake in these upcoming elections. The Dominica Labour Party has set forth a clear vision for the future direction of this country. Some persons have suggested I speak only to the vision. No one in this country can question the capacity of the Dominica Labour Party. No one can question the integrity of the Dominica Labour Party. No one can question the ability of the Dominica Labour Party. We have done all what we say we would do, and we are in the process of delivering upon all that we have promised.
In his address, the Prime Minister referenced the international airport, for which he says is currently considering various proposals. The Prime Minister has also hinted that there may be new developments at the Picard campus, formerly occupied by Ross University.
Still on the political scene, Calypsonian Gregory Carrester Revere may not have been launched yet, but he certainly made an impression at Sunday's launching of Fidel Grant in Wesley. Revere not only endorsed Grant, but he had an important announcement to make.
that I have accepted the call to be the candidate of the Dominican Labour Party for the Marigot constituency. And that will be for this coming election. So help me, Dominicans, help me. And I further declare that I have made this decision after careful and comprehensive assessment of all 2.5 political parties. And I came to the conclusion that the most prepared, the most capable, the most experienced, the most caring, and the most ready political party to take this country forward is the Dominican Labour Party.
Rivera will go up against UWP leader Lennox Linton in the next general elections for the Marigot seat.
A constituency that has decided to put its development before party colors. A constituency made up of independent thinkers, full of ambition, and has a growing appetite for change, ladies and gentlemen. And their overwhelming support here today, and their huge presence here today, ladies and gentlemen, is testament that the Marigot constituency is ready for real change, ladies and gentlemen. And this change is with Greg and the Labour Party, ladies and gentlemen.
Rivera is looking forward to his own launching as candidate for Marigot.
I have a dream that the Caressa launching will be a massive one, and the Prime Minister might be wearing his pink shoes. On that day, ladies and gentlemen.
You are watching the Channel 5 News. Stay tuned for more after the break.
Si ou ni maladie HIV et bien maladie sexuelle, si ou pas protéger corps là ou kane sexe avec plusieurs monde, ça kay mette la vie ou à gros danger. Ou ka exposer tout partenaire au poison et que ça qui ka vini avec maladie. Servi yon condom chaque fois ou kane sexe. Changer qui est important pour découvrir maladie à bonheur ou ça vivre en bonne santé même si ou ni maladie HIV. Pour responsabilité, protéger corps et puis les autres. Examiner corps. Aider du bout si même maladie HIV et l'autre maladie sexuelle.
Here are some tips to reduce mosquito presence in and around your home. Keep water storage containers properly covered. Remove containers that can collect water from your surroundings. Keep garbage bins tightly covered. Pick up your litter and remove all tires from your yard. Keep gutters free of leaves and twigs to prevent stagnant water. Prevent Zika, dengue, and chikungunya. Fight the bite. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
This message is supported by Flow.
Welcome back. A $350,000 bridge project near completion in Castle Bruce. Julian Morris has more.
The Senhouse Bridge is expected to be open to the public soon, and utility companies are currently running lines along the bridge. The absence of a bridge extended the length of time it took residents to get to particular sections of the community, which was even more challenging for senior citizens in that area. Member of Parliament for Castle Bruce constituency, Johnson Drago, says works are progressing satisfactorily on construction of the Senhouse Bridge.
The mighty Maria ripped Senhouse Bridge off, and we have had to find alternative route for both pedestrian and vehicles over the past 2 years. We were concentrating heavily on re-roofing and getting people comfortable in the homes, but we are now very happy that very soon, within a month or so, we will see the completion of a new Senhouse Bridge.
The Senhouse Bridge has historical significance, linking the main sections of Castle Bruce. The new bridge will be in line with the climate resilient vision for the country.
In keeping with building back better and building resilience, the government has funded well over $350,000 to invest in this very important link road, because Senhouse Bridge links approximately half of the community to their homes in areas like what we call Emsals, Senhouse on the snow. So the community, they're very satisfied and very excited about the construction of the Senhouse Bridge. We're really looking forward to its completion and its opening for the community.
Another road network improvement project was recently completed in Castlebruce. The Wakama Road in the Jalousie area creates yet another exit point from the community.
The Wakama Road is a very significant road for the community. We had not completed the Wakama Road because we had other exits after Maria, and we concentrated more on houses. The significance of the Wakama area in the past, that's where part of the center of activity were before, health center, post office, all of that was in the Wakama area. And we are happy that the government was able to assist the community by really rehabilitating this road and giving us a beautiful pavement of this road. There's still some challenges that we have with the road, but the community is very satisfied that for this hurricane season, were there to be any landslide that would cut us off in one part of the community, we have another option.
Police Chief Daniel Carbon says officers from the rank of sergeant upwards are promoted by the Police Service Commission, acting in its own deliberate judgment according to law. Police Chief Daniel Carbon was forced to clarify these matters in a news release last week after the Police Welfare Association publicly expressed its displeasure with the Police Service Commission. The PWA is not happy with the way in which officers are promoted.
The Chief of Police promotes police officers from the rank of constable to corporal. Officers are promoted on merit. One of the fundamental principles for promotion is discipline. Transfers/posting. Transfers/posting in the Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force is used as a management tool for the effective functioning of the police force. A police officer has no constitutional right not to be transferred.
The chief says it is not always in the best interest of the public and the police force to have officers stationed or work close to their homes.
I want to admonish the executive of the Police Welfare Association not to bring the police force into disrepute. The Police Welfare Association must work in conformity with the police administration. It must not be seen that the Police Welfare Association executive is at war with the police administration. The executive of the Police Welfare Association must always bear in mind that they were enlisted in the Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force as police officers.
And National President of Junior Chamber International, JCI West Indies, has called on stakeholders to lend greater support towards the social clubs. Khalid Holder was in Dominica for an official 3-day visit in his capacity as National President of JCI West Indies. This is the first time in 15 years someone in his capacity has visited Dominica. Holder says the corporate community can contribute more than just financial resources towards helping social clubs carry out projects for the betterment of vulnerable groups in society.
We do recognize that our stakeholders are also dealing with their own challenges. So, private sector organizations might be coping with financial challenges that may impede their ability to give financial support. We do recognize that media are also constrained with the type of resources they have. There may be other conflicting events and activities that they may like to support. So what we really hope is just for some sort of support of the various activities. So with private sector organizations, it's just being able to give whatever kind of support you may have. So whether it is in-kind support or an actual financial support that will help us to implement programs and projects that make a difference within our communities.
Though Holder's visit to the country was short, he believes it will leave a lasting impact.
How I measure impact is the ability to touch the life of one person. And I say that because sometimes we think that to create impact, we have to impact hundreds, thousands, millions, depending on size. But I always believe that if we can touch and influence the life of one person and they are in turn able to influence another and that causes a chain effect, then we can impact hundreds by just one action. And I really do think it takes the power of one. So here It is my ability to connect with the local board of directors, for example, and try to inspire and motivate them to continue to reach for higher office, for example, or to ensure that they continue in the programs and projects that they have available.
The highlight of Holder's visit was the induction of 15 new members into the JCI Dominica branch over the weekend.
Here are some tips to reduce mosquito presence in and around your home. Keep water storage containers properly covered. Remove containers that can collect water from your surroundings. Keep garbage bins tightly covered. Pick up your litter and remove all tires from your yard. Keep gutters free of leaves and twigs to prevent stagnant water. Prevent Zika, dengue, and chikungunya. Fight the bite. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
This message is supported by Flow.
To end the news, the headlines again. Dominicans told no need to be alarmed over a string of volcanic tremors over the weekend. Gregory Caresta Rivera answers the call to contest Marigot, while Fidel Grant looks to secure Wesley in 2020. And a $350,000 bridge expected to facilitate greater connectivity in Castlebruce. Feel free to contact us at news@morphin2k4.com. You can also access our past newscasts on our YouTube channel. On behalf of the entire production team, I am Andrea Louis, and to all of our viewers around the world, thank you so much for watching. Join us tomorrow.